What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. I woke up today and just had the desire to hop on bikes and ride a two-stroke. So I went onto MXP Mods. I went searching for a track that looked perfect for it. And originally, I found the track that is 3 weeks old, created by PS, and it was called Hillside. And I rode around it just for 1 or 2 laps to make sure it was all good. Then I went back to MXB Mods to look at PS's profile just to get the information that I needed, and saw that this track also released by him just 2 weeks ago, which is called Redline Valley. Now, this one seems to be a bit more of a polished version, different track, but exactly the same sort of texturing and flow, but put a bit more work into the environment of it. As you can see, it feels a bit more lively. So I'm going to be trying this one instead, and I'm going to be throwing it back, like a lot of you would probably like me to do that, you dirty boys. But I'm going to be riding the classic KX 250 two-stroke, probably one of my favourite looking bikes of all time. If you said, Linge, you've got infinite money, go and buy any bike you want, it would probably be a fresh out of the crate, old school KX two-stroke. They just look so, so good. So hopefully I'm going to give you guys some ear porn basically today, and I'm going to try and ride that thing to the best of my ability, and hopefully this track, just by looking at it, will allow me to do exactly that. Well, she should be thrown a bit sideways, you know, trying to crank her over in the corners as well, and just all around try and unwind a bit, have a good time, and really enjoy the MX Bikes experience. Now, I need some community interaction today. As you can see, we've got a good chap here, Mr. Ducky, to our left. We need to make a name for him, because I imagine he's probably going to stay there for quite some time. I did buy a pack of them, and I was going to put one on the handlebars of my Varg for whenever I next go riding, to just view in the GoPro. But I thought we could also just have one on the microphone here as our little, I don't know, a little mascot for the channel maybe. So feel free to leave some name recommendations down in the comments below. I'd very much look forward to that. So we're going to ride around here. I want to try and get a lap or two under my belt just to work the track out. And then we're going to try and just throw some fatties and get sideways as much as possible. Now, I was unfamiliar with Mr. PS's work. This track that I'm playing right now is the 3rd track that he's released. He released, I don't know when the first one was, but it looked like a replica Swedish track, which I never played. His 2nd track was Hillside, which I did play just now, which was very, very enjoyable. And then this is his 3rd and most recent one. And I'm well aware that I'm playing all these tracks a couple of weeks after the time they've been released, which I do apologise for. But as you know, I've been out of the game a little bit in terms of keeping up to date with everything. So now I guess I'm almost like backtracking in a way and just going through all of the tracks I've missed, finding what is, what isn't, like video quality, for example. And I'm finding some really good gems that I don't really see too many people talking about. So that's exactly why we're going to do this today. And also, I just wanted to try and have fun, if that makes sense. Who would have thought it, trying to have fun in a video game? But I definitely think as soon as the professional series start, the mind shift changes completely, and it's like every time you play the game you have to be grinding or have to be doing aerial stuff. So it's nice just to mess around and do things different from time to time, and everybody's got time for two-strokes. Two-strokes are never going to go away, even in like 30 years time when everything has to be electric and various countries pass different laws saying that you can only make this much noise or your bikes can't cause this much pollution. As a Stark owner, I am under no illusion that two-strokes will never ever go away, purely just because of the sound and the smell of them. They are lovely things. And I would go as far to say I could quite easily see myself trading in the Varg in the next couple of years and just getting a two-stroke as well, because whilst they are absolutely lovely bikes, you do miss the sound of an engine from time to time. I know Rusper's eyeing up some Yami 252 strokes at the moment. I know he wants to go down that route as well, and I'll probably end up joining him in that similar sort of area. One modern two-stroke I actually do quite enjoy the look of and the sound of, and everyone that I've seen ride them tend to be a pretty damn good rider. Maybe that's why I shouldn't go for it, because I'm just not. It's the old Fantic two-strokes. They look really, really good. But then on the flip side, I don't enjoy the look of the Fantic four-strokes. So no idea how they've managed to do that. Yeah, the old Fantic two-strokes, I think they look absolutely great. Like, really, really cool. I remember it was the year before last. I think it was the first time actually when I met the AJP boys in real life. They invited me to Wembley UK Arena Cross, which is in London, which was basically where I used to live 2 years ago. And I don't know his last name. You guys will be able to help me with this, you UK folks. Kid's name's Rafe, and he was there on a 252 stroke Fantic, riding against the 4 strokes, and everybody in that arena was cheering for him. He was actually riding insane, and he ended up winning that night. Got the pass done, and it was just really impressive to watch. And I think everybody can agree, when you watch people that are good on 2 strokes, it makes you want to be able to ride one that well also. And obviously we all can't do that. Most of us will just ride it around without without sounding good at all. We'll just ride around bogging it. But it's nice to imagine. It's nice to dream of being that good. Maybe if I spent anywhere near as many hours in real life as I have done on MX bikes, maybe I would be a little bit better. Who knows? But unfortunately, money and time and location is a thing. I'd love to know how many hours I've spent on a motorbike over the course of my life, because it's a lot. Like, it is a lot. I've been riding since I was probably like 10 years old, for crying out loud. It's been a very long time, but it's never been on that consistent of a basis. It's like I would, through schoolboys and stuff, so I mean like 65s, 85s, I rode pretty damn often. I was never trying to improve, I was just rocking up and racing and having fun with it every time. And then in my more adult life, after injuries and stuff like that, it'd always be consolidated to maybe a couple of months, and then taking 6 months off, like big gaps in between. So really this year, I know I haven't ridden for like the last 2, almost 3 weeks now, but this year is the most I've ridden in a very, very, very long time. And I just like riding bikes, not even necessarily racing at all. I just like rocking up to a track and swinging a leg over and going. So I really enjoy enduro-y type stuff, but I haven't done that in a long time. Not like hard enduro. You know, we're not doing Erzberg or anything like that. You know, more of the hare and hound style stuff, where it's a bit of track, maybe a couple of logs, you go for a tree section, a few rocks here and there. The one that I used to do was at a place called Canada Heights in the UK, which it'd basically be 3 hours. You know, you have your pit area, so you can stop and get fuel and a drink whenever you want in that course, those 3 hours. But the course itself was made up of the actual motocross track, then a wide open field, so it's very, very fast stuff, and then also some, I guess you'd call it, single tracky kind of trail stuff through the trees as well. And this was when I was back on a Yami 125 when I was younger. Didn't have a big tank on it or anything, it was just my normal race bike that I'd just rock up, and I loved it. I really, really did. Slapped the old Camel back on so we get some water during it also. Dad'd be chilling in the pit area the whole weekend, just vibing out. I'd pull in maybe once or twice to get some more fuel, and I'd just carry on and go again. And I just loved circulating, just doing lap after lap after lap as much as I could do for those 3 hours. I'd like to go back and do something similar to that at some point. Obviously you can't do that on the Varg because it would not last that long, but I do still have the old Yami 4-stroke in storage down by my old, where my parents live, so might be worth trying to bust her out at some point, seeing if there's any enduro-y kind of events going on. This track, by the way, is delivering exactly what I wanted it to deliver on every single level. This thing is wide open, and for a 252 stroke, like, this bike is no slouch at all. I do have a feeling if I was riding a that was sketchy. I should go all the way around the outside there so I can quad down into the corner. If I was riding a 125 around here, I generally think I'd struggle to get over some of these jumps. Like, that's tabletop there, I'm having to stretch out a little bit. I shouldn't have gone in the middle here. I just need to start taking all the outsides and just rattle them as hard as I can. Like, you can get, oh my god, Jesus Christ, you can get very backwards there. Thankfully, Mr. PS has not put any collisions on the track markers around here, because he had done that on the hillside track, and I did clip a couple of them and end up going straight over the bars, so I'm glad he's been a bit more lenient and kind to us and just put the markers there for a visual representation. But one thing that's quite impressive about this track and his previous track is, for, I guess you would say, a beginner track creator, at least he's new on the scene to me, textures really bloody good, like really, really good. And that seems to be a big talking point for me a lot of the time, is how a track looks. Like, I think 90% of people that make tracks can make a track that rides well, but you have to have the full package for a track to really be memorable and enjoyable to people, and that does include the texturing and the environment too. The environment around here is definitely more developed than the hillside track, but the texturing on both of them, super, super impressive. Like, I've said it multiple times, I really struggled texturing my tracks. I had basically a cheat code in Arena Cross where I got sent textures just to overlay and put on top, so it was just like a jigsaw puzzle, just place them where I wanted. And then for my Moto 101 track, I outsourced Kevin Fwaler to do it for me, because again, I tried so many times and just couldn't do it. So I have nothing but respect for the guys that can put all those pieces together and just make really fun tracks for the community. And based on the star ratings on these tracks, it seems like people are really vibing with them as well. And that's all we need at the end of the day. You know, it's just tracks people can rock up on, have a good time on. Not every single track has to be super, super difficult, unless they're aerial tracks, in which they should be difficult. More bumps, please, Mr. Stone Rider, thank you. But it's very, very nice to be able to sit and unwind on a track like this and just have a nice, relaxed time. Let me not scrub this time. If I can I quad it if I send it? I mean, it's not really like a downside there for a quad, but you're just not landing in that hole anymore, which makes it a lot more enjoyable. Let me try and rail this. Oh no, get on track. There we go. Let me try and rail this. Can we quad all the way? Ah! Tap the back brake. Oh no, didn't quite make it. This bike might be kind of goated, you know. I fully expected the front end just to wash when I landed there, but fair enough. Yeah, very, very, very quick track. And tracks like this, I think they make everybody feel good, because even if you're not amazing at the game, you can ride around a track like this pretty damn quick, and it makes you feel better than you actually might be. So I think that's why a lot of people really do enjoy stuff like this. From a racing perspective, don't know how this would race, because again, it's so wide open. I think if you get a bad start, if you get unlucky and get collected by the lovely MX Bikes netcode, for example, you might be in for a world of pain trying to claw your way back. But if you get out the start well, just ride your laps, just crank her over, get going. There's not really many places that you should be crashing, realistically, unless you just try pushing the envelope too far. It means like, oh, stuff like that, just trying to keep it on all the way around. The outside went away a little bit towards the end, wasn't quite as built up as I thought it would be. But really good stuff, and just fun. You know, fun is the main thing for me. I've got 4,500 hours on this game now. I'm over the grinding aspect of it. I show up on Fridays for race nights, and then after that I'm just searching for the little glimpses of fun here and there in between those moments. But I do appreciate everybody that stops by, watches these videos, joins the live streams on Fridays to watch me inevitably end up being best of the rest all the time. I'm hoping that High Point will be a little bit different. And one thing that you may not have noticed throughout this video, which I'm quite surprised that I've actually done quite well on it, is I've changed my lean settings again. Now, I'm not going to go in depth about all of the ins and outs of it yet, because this is literally day 2 of me playing on them. But if it ends up benefiting me overall and end up just faster because of it, then yeah, I'll probably drop an updated setup video. The long and short of it is I've actually made it more sensitive, which somehow has helped me more. I know a lot of the top boys at the moment are making it less sensitive on themselves, so the game helps them more. But I've kind of gone the opposite direction, to where I don't want the game taking over at all and doing stuff for me. I want it all to be down to my inputs on the sticks, and it does seem to be giving me a lot more control overall. I don't find myself being as much of a passenger as I have been over the last couple of rounds of aerial. So I'll keep trying this over the next week or so, and I'll report back afterwards how I feel overall. Worst case scenario, I can always just go back to what I was running. So I wanted to, again, say thank you very much for watching this video, and if you've made it this far, thank you for listening to me yap this whole time. Again, leave a comment down below of what we should name Mr. Ducky right here, and just have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you're up to. If you did enjoy it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and want to see some more stuff from me. It's very much appreciated, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.